How is it that you can have two people who put equally as much effort into researching shows and doing outreach, and one person gets a phenomenal result and the other one gets a very, very low conversion rate of yeses from the research that they do? Hi, this is Kathleen Gage with Power Up for Profits and the 100 Club, where we help entrepreneurs find 100 show opportunities in record time through a very systemized approach. And it never ceases to amaze me when I have somebody who says, well, I just don't think a host wants to talk to me, and I don't think I have the expertise they need, and I don't think this is going to work. Well, guess what? They're right. Because what we believe to be true, we somehow have a way of manifesting. And it's all about law of attraction. It's all about our beliefs become things, our thoughts become things. And the more that you focus on the fact that people don't want to hear from you, guess what? They're not going to want to hear from you. Yet there are those people that they know that they have a great message. They know that their message is going to impact people in a really positive way. And it seems like every show that they approach, they get a yes to. Now, the reality is that no, they don't get a yes from every show host that they approach, but they have a pretty high conversion rate. And the reason being is they believe in what they're doing. They believe that their message is important. They believe that people need to hear what they have to say. So what I would invite you to do is look at what your language patterns are. Look at what it is that you're saying to yourself before you even approach a host. Are you saying, well, maybe they won't even want to talk to me. Maybe my expertise is not what they're looking for. Maybe my message isn't that important. Stop. What you need to do is you need to really get yourself centered, regroup, and think about how will your message impact other people? What difference will your message make? And if you truly believe in your message, if you truly believe in your expertise in what you're doing, you're going to want to do everything in your power to get your message out there. And the best way to do that is with podcast interviews. And the best way to get podcast interviews is to approach show hosts that would be interested in what you have to say. Now, the way that I always recommend to people to make sure that you're on target is put time aside every single day to where you do your research and your outreach, Now be careful that you don't spend all your time researching and you do no outreach, because if you do no outreach, you can't be rejected. And one of our number one fears, Dr. Phil says this, our number one fear is the fear of rejection. Our number one desire is the desire to be accepted. So if we don't reach out to show hosts, we can't be rejected. So that takes care of that fear. And the reality is you'll never find out what you're made of unless you're willing to reach out to a lot of show hosts. I've been on hundreds, if not thousands of shows, and I've been rejected by some show hosts. I've had hosts say, no, you're not a good fit for us. No, you don't have the expertise we're looking for. No, we don't have a slot for you right now. And all I say is next, and I keep at it. And that's why I have so many shows under my belt. This week alone, I'm doing 2 interviews, and I do that without even thinking about it. It's just business as usual. It wasn't that way early on. In the early days, I would stress about it. I would fret about it. I would think, am I going to say the right thing? Now I just have a conversation. As a matter of fact, I just got off a conversation for a podcast interview. So it makes 3 this week. And see how it is? You just go about business as usual. You have conversations. So I encourage you, look at your big why, do your research and do your outreach. If you're doing more research than you're doing outreach, you're doing something wrong. Yes, I did say you're doing something wrong. Because the reality is, in order to get on shows, you have to do outreach. And so this is Kathleen Gage encouraging you. Go out in a big way, get your message out there in the best way possible. And if you're looking for some great resources to help you along your journey with podcast interviews, I've got a few really great resources. One is my free checklist and video training, where you just go to powerupforprofits.com/checklist. That's powerupforprofits.com/checklist. The other is my 100 Club. The 100 Club is for bona fide experts who want to immerse yourself in a training for 30 days, training mastermind boot camp, where after the 30 days, you will be a changed person. You will have the resources, you will have the wherewithal, you will have the mindset to go out and get lots of interviews. I have one client who's 80 years old, and when he first started, he knew nothing about getting podcast interviews. And this week alone, he booked 3 engagements. And he's just started on his journey. I know that Tom is going to go out and get his 100 interviews in record time because he's consistent with what he's doing. Are you consistent with what you're doing? So check it out at powerupforprofits.com/100 club. powerupforprofits.com/100 club. And you can read all about it. And if it makes sense, we'd love to have you join in. However, please know, this is a working group. It's a roll up your sleeves, get into the trenches and really do the work kind of group. I'm not looking for people to stand on the sidelines and hope that they're going to get the experience. I want them to be immersed in the experience. This is Kathleen Gage encouraging you. Subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click the bell notification. That way, when I put new videos up, and I do Monday through Friday on some topic to do with marketing, right now it's primarily on podcasting, but when I put a new video up, you'll get notified about it. So click the bell notification and subscribe to this channel, and you have a great day.